got out, the air was heavy, heavy as a sin. It filled her head like bourbon, and she asked him to come in. He took her like a devil, there was venom on his breath. She bit in like an apple, and she died a little death. He said, hey now honey, you look so pretty, but I gotta be someplace. She said, no, baby, don't leave me like this. Well, he's no good, and she should've known better, but she don't know it yet.
Tommy Sullivan, what a trip.
And oh, to know him, she died a little death.
Probably one of the most active comedic minds I ever knew. I mean, he was something else. Once the alcohol and drugs took him, it was a long downhill slide. His life up to that point had been a series of rejections by his family. From his point of view, did not feel the need to be politic with anybody. Tommy was, like I said, I believe he was comic genius, just never had the wherewithal to take it anywhere. But in his passing, he had been sliding downhill for quite some time, and people used to just give him money, and he would come to me for money, and I could do it. I just would not feed that addiction any further. And I tried to talk to a few of the people that I knew were tapping him, and please don't, you know. I tried to get him work. I tried to get him doing things. And eventually his mother had bought him a trailer. He lost that. He lost his vehicles. He was living in back of the Safeway, sleeping in the ditch. And he had come to my house about a week before, and I wouldn't let him in the door because he was filthy, and his pants were stained with his own urine and probably feces. The last time he had been at my house, he'd peed in one of my chairs and didn't even know it. And it got harder and harder to deal with him. And finally, I wouldn't even let him in the house. It was so sad, and it really bothered me a lot. But about, like I say, a week later, Dave Champ came to the door and told us that Tommy had frozen to death in back of the Safeway, and that the police, they were outraged that the police had shot and put down little girl because little girl wouldn't let the EMTs approach. And then Dave wanted me to call Tom's mother, Betty, and tell her, and I told him I wouldn't do that. Because to me at that point, it's still a rumor. I had no official notification. And I hadn't seen him, so I wasn't going to make that phone call. That was, to me, it was the people who killed him should make the call. And those who supported him in that way killed him, as far as I was concerned. But it was one of those where, and then Betty called me up, called me a coward for not calling her. And I didn't think that I was a coward for that. I thought I was trying to prevent rumor mill. Because like I said, I wouldn't, without some sort of notification from somebody other than Dave Champ, I wouldn't say a word. That's it. Yeah, but I haven't talked to, well, nobody else knew Tommy that I know anymore, you know. All the people now, Tommy is, he's been gone way long time. we're still, it was before 90, about 97, 98. Because we had Betty's car when we went back to Missouri. We'd had that for not too long. So about late 97, sometime in 98. Yeah. It's a healing thing.
July 4th of last year, we spilled all the blood. How'd you spend your summer days? I know better now, I don't call you up at night, 'cause baby, you're a ghost and I have changed. I saw your face everywhere I looked. You sat across from me. Baby, I'm a ghost when you're away. I told you all about my days. You told me where